Can we start with me telling Josh to kill himself? I don't
Yes.
mind that going on.
There
You
go.
go ahead. You go
We'll
ahead.
do what
Okay.
we just did, I think. We just started with you telling me to kill myself. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another discussion video here at the Bit Block. My name is Josh Thomas. I'm joined by Dan
Hey!
and Roger,
What's going on, everybody?
as well as Mike.
Hi.
And we are talking, this time we're actually talking about something pretty crazy because there are whole lots of Banjo Kazooie-ish rumors going on. Just recently.
Rumors?
What?
Mushroom rumors?
No,
Shroom?
Kazooie-ish rumors.
Oh.
So anyways, Roger, you pretty much have this all ready to go. You want to go ahead and tell people what's going on?
Sure. So, recently, in the latest issue of Edge magazine, there is a brand new game that was just revealed. It is a new 3D platformer that's a spiritual successor to Banjo Kazooie. It's being developed by all the guys who made the original N64 Banjo Kazooie games. The music is being done by Grant Kirkhope. They only showed silhouettes of some of the characters, along with the eyes of a couple characters in like a bush in one piece of concept art, and then what appears to be like a couple random bad guys. But the company making the game is called Playtonic, and the big news about this is that the title will apparently release on PC and quote-unquote certain console platforms, and Grant Kirkhope on his own personal Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere, and even in this article has gone on record saying that they would be happy to make this a Nintendo eShop exclusive game, or not necessarily an eShop game, it would just be for Nintendo platformers. Because they've wanted, the whole team that's making this game has wanted to make a Banjo game for Nintendo systems for years, and they just haven't had the opportunity to since Microsoft purchased the Banjo IP. So they're taking this to sort of make a whole new IP of their own, and I don't know, I think it looks interesting. I'm excited.
So one of the things that I didn't know before we talked, I've seen the concept art. There's like silhouettes of some characters, and then there's also characters that are like fully colored in. It's concept art, but it still looks like, you can see the characters. I thought those were the main characters. You guys are saying those are not the main characters.
They do not look like the main characters that are in the other concept art.
Right.
So you could kind of tell just based on their eyes, the main character has very much like rare, classic, like N64 era rare eyes in the teaser art. And then you could also see the other character who's above that character has little beady eyes kind of similar to this concept art, but there's green around the black. And it looks like in this concept art, it's just little black beady eyes. So
I really hope those are not the main characters, because when I look at those, the first thing I think of is these are just extra little bad guys, not main characters.
yeah, I think you're supposed to think that. I honestly don't think those are the main characters. And on top of that, it doesn't really go along with the silhouette, because we can kind of clearly see in the picture where they're hiding in the bushes, the two main characters, you can kind of see a beak on the character above, and you can also see this like red streak around the other character's left eye. So that doesn't look like either of these characters.
All right.
Yeah, that main character actually looks like a character from an old N64 game. I forget the name of it, but you look like a gecko.
Oh, Gex?
No, not Gex.
Chameleon Twist?
Yeah, Chameleon Twist.
Whoa, if they made a new Chameleon Twist, it would
Roger,
be
I
over.
forgot all about that.
Roger, your like information on random obscure games is really unsettling to me.
Wait, have you never played Chameleon Twist?
No, what is Chameleon Twist?
Oh, Chameleon
What?
Twist is awesome.
It's a great. Okay, it was a
It's
game
cute
developed
for
by
sure.
Sunsoft, which is no longer in business.
Sad.
But it was actually a sequel. There was Chameleon Twist and Chameleon Twist 2.
Yeah.
And the first
the first
game,
one, they looked weird.
yeah, they look like little alien dudes. But the second one, they look like chameleons. And basically, the whole game, you would love this, Josh. You play it by moving your tongue around.
Okay, why? What do you get now? What are you trying to say about me?
Because you're perverted. You like to
Oh.
Splatoon yourself and all these other things you talk about all the time. Like, this game is perfect for you.
All right. So, you know what? I'm honestly worried that those are the main characters, by the way, because you can see I think the orange one is the main guy, and the like smaller one maybe like joins with him, because the orange one's eyes could very well be those eyes in the image. I mean, this is concept art, so you got to understand, like, maybe the eyes are not as detailed in the concept art as they are in that other art.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to agree with you on this one. I do think those are just little baddies.
Okay. And then we also get a shot of like what the environment might look like, which looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
so-
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, a lot of people are mentioning with this concept art that it looks 2D, and technically they haven't clarified whether the game is 2D or 3D yet, but I'm assuming if you're making a spiritual successor to Banjo Kazooie for
Yeah, it
N64,
has-
the game has to be 3D, right?
It's perfect that you brought that up because I was just about to say how excited I actually am for this because I desperately want a real 3D adventure game, which seems like a dying concept. Like, nobody makes real 3D adventure games anymore.
Mm-mm.
Even Nintendo, like, Nintendo stuff is all just, like, 2D stuff anymore, and I'm so sick of it. So the idea that it's like we can get a Banjo-like game that's a full 3D adventure, that's making me Splatoon in my pants right now, Roger.
See, there you go. This is precisely why I said you'd like Chameleon Twist.
It would be, you know, it's funny because it's been a while since Rare has done anything with Microsoft on the Xbox. It would be really funny if there was 2 Banjo-type games announced for E3.
Right, so that's the thing, right? Is there's lots of rumors going around that there may be a brand new Banjo game at E3.
But they want to use Rare IPs more.
And if that was the case, you know, the team developing that game wouldn't be the same team that's developing this, you know, because those people don't work at Rare anymore. So the guys making that other Banjo game would probably be like the Kinect Sports team, you know?
It might not even be Rare. We don't know.
That's true. It might not even be Rare. It could be Microsoft Game Studios
Killer
or
Instinct
something.
wasn't Rare.
That's true.
That would be amazing, though, because people would be like, "Do you want the Banjo game or the Banjo game?"
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like Link and Dark Link. One's soulless but still holds the form, but the original spirit is still in those guys that thought it up in the first place. You know?
See, I feel like there's actually even an easier analogy to make and a different comparison, I should say, and that is Mighty Number 9 in Mega Man.
Right.
Because the guy developing Mighty Number 9 is the guy who created Mega Man. And Mega Man is just like a soulless Capcom character now that really, if you're listening, Nintendo, should buy that up right now. Go EAD, make yourself a Mega Man game.
Nintendo doesn't open their
pretty
wallet.
good in Smash Brothers, so...
Pick up Monster Hunter while you're at it.
Roger,
yes,
you're assuming Nintendo will actually open their wallet and pay for things?
That's a different discussion, man. Like,
because they don't. Trust me, they really don't. They could have done it with Rayman Legends, for example, and they did not pay for that.
They'll say maybe for Christmas.
So honestly, I mean, for me, I would go with the game that's built by the people that made Banjo, as opposed to getting the game that's got Banjo in it, but is built by morons.
100%.
Hang on, do they have this? Do they have the same sound guy? Because I need that music.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
I
you'd get
need
this.
that Banjo music.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Kirk Hope, 100% confirmed on Twitter. He's friends with me on Facebook. He has confirmed it multiple places. Grant Kirkhope is indeed doing the music for this new game. Yeah.
I mean, we should still be sort of skeptical about it because it's just 6 people. It's not like the entire team that worked on it.
That is true. That's
like,
I'd argue that's all it takes.
Remember when Sonic Boom was announced and like, yeah, we got ex-Naughty Dog people working on this.
That's true. Well, and look how garbage Sonic Boom turned out.
I remember
Roger. It was the janitors.
I remember Roger played Sonic Boom at E3, and he was telling me about how just awful it was, and that got me so excited.
I told you from the get-go that game was going to be a piece of garbage.
Yeah, I think it was obvious just from the very early days. I don't know.
I need to go down on record saying how cool Buff Knuckles is, though. That's confirmed.
You mean AKA Knuckles? I skipped leg day Knuckles.
Right.
That's
right.
I'm so disappointed in you, Dan, that you like Knuckles. You have no idea how mad I am when you talk about how you like Knuckles.
Oh man. One other thing I want to mention too, that's in this concept art, in those silhouettes of the other characters, there's like a rhino-looking character, and I swear to God, that looks like they just took Banjo's character model, silhouetted it out, and then added a rhino horn to him. It literally looks like
It does. I'm looking at it.
Maybe some Shrek antlers on there too.
Yeah, he does have Shrek antlers.
Somebody once told me we'd get a brand new Banjo. It's made by guys who made the old games.
I'm worried that it's almost like you've been waiting to sing that.
No, I haven't. I literally just made that up on the spot.
You held your cue card up and read it.
Totally, yeah.
It looks like one of them is a monkey, a kangaroo, a rhino, and then a thingamajig.
Where do you get kangaroo? That thing definitely looks like a rat, not a kangaroo.
Wait, the third one down? The Rocco?
Yeah. Rocco's Modern Life. Yeah.
It's a wallaby.
There you go. I don't know what that last one is. That's like some kind of weird tiger-looking thing.
No,
I don't know.
That last one on the bottom, that's totally a bamboo or
a bamboo.
A bamboo. Wait, what am I thinking of? You guys know what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't know what a bamboo god is.
Bamboo?
Come on.
It looks like a rat to me, like a big old rat.
Yeah. The last one? No, it's a bamboo. What is that?
Oh, a baboon.
A baboon. There we go.
No, it doesn't have a huge butt.
We don't see its butt.
You would clearly see they'd have like a rump. It'd be sticking out.
Trust me, I know rumps
you'd
when I
see that nice plump little bottom from that silhouette for sure.
There you go.
Oh, I see what you're looking at. It looks like a hyena. I see its head now.
There you go.
It's looking
Hyenas
over.
is even better.
Where did
They
you
don't
get
really have
Where'd you get
tails, though.
baboon from then? I'm curious.
Well, like I thought the fur on the top was like its shoulders, and it was like all like acting confident and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm embarrassed now. Somebody get me out of this.
I don't even have to say anything about that. It's just like, just let you talk.
So yeah, I mean,
I
it's
kind of like that top silhouette. I kind of hope that is one of the main characters.
Yeah, I like it too. It looked like the running cat looking thing.
Yeah, it looks really annoying. It looks like that'd make a great like annoying Kazooie type.
Yeah. Sure.
One thing, this is totally random, but since we're talking about Banjo, Dan and I actually lived together in Florida, and we would screech across the apartment with Kazooie noises. We would it'd be silence, then all of a sudden we'd just hear. Just to give you an idea as to how stupid we truly are.
You guys needed to know that.
Yes, you did.
I
need
definitely.
to know that. We'd also try to do Banjo.
Gameplay wise, I wanted to ask you guys what you're hoping from this. You know, because the whole dynamic with Banjo and Kazooie was one's a bird and one's a bear. So, you know, Banjo kind of punches and Kazooie, you know, flies around and carries him around. What interesting gameplay things would you guys want to see? Like, you're the designers, think of something fun.
I honestly just want them to rip Banjo Kazooie off. Like 100. I swear to God. I want them to.
You just want to reskin.
Yeah, I want them to make the main dude like a chameleon or something cool, and then the bird that's in the back, like the toucan-looking thing, just make it a toucan. There you go, toucan and a chameleon.
Well, it could be Chameleon Twist 3 because they had a backpack in those games.
All right, it's not
with an
chameleon.
umbrella in it.
That's
Banjo and Kazonki.
There we go.
Banjo
I'm down.
Kazonki.
Kazonki.
Banjo and Kazonki.
Yeah, I think I want it to be a game that uses two characters and they're both different, so you can use their abilities.
Yeah,
like I was hoping that like one guy would be like a little slime ball or something, and you could like slingshot him around like a booger or something weird that we haven't seen before.
I like that. That's like where your mind went first. Let's
Boogers.
have a little slime guy who shoots out like a booger. That's your choice of all the team moves.
The first team member would grab him and stretch him out and slingshot him and stuff.
If it's a chameleon, he could walk on walls, maybe. That could be the character's ability.
Camouflage, maybe. That would be super cool.
Have we mentioned the code name of it yet?
What is it?
No.
It's Project Ukulele.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Maybe it's ukulele and kaplooey or something.
I like the name ukulele. That's tropical.
Yeah.
The whole thing does seem to have a tropical vibe to it, like that the first teaser and everything. So I'm very for tropical things.
Definitely, but I don't want the whole game to be in like a jungle. I would love for them to have like the variety that they had Banjo.
Yeah, I would trust them to go all the way around the world.
You know,
make a circus world, make a city world, make a farm world, make a ice world, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny too because like we were talking earlier about how the whole team is only 6 people, but I don't know, kind of like what Dan said. Sometimes that's really all it takes because when you have too many people, they just get in the way of creativity.
Yeah.
And especially with indie games nowadays, I mean, you have a lot of small indie teams that really do a lot of work. And
apparently they've been working on this for a while, too, because they've been hinting at this for months.
Yeah.
So
I really think that 6 people could pull off like a very Banjo-like game where it's a full 3D adventure title.
Well, yeah. When I brought up that it's just 6 people, I wasn't saying that they wouldn't be doing a good job. It's just like we don't really know who these people are exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like what? Well, we know who they are, but like we don't know what role they'd play within the development of this game. Right.
They do have experience though, and so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and it's also good to note for someone like Mike who loves the series. A lot of these guys also worked on Viva Pinata, and I know a lot of people love that game.
I always wanted to play that game, but I never have.
It's such a good game. Oh my god,
it looks adorable.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a lot of weirdness, like just a really unique, just bonkers adventure game would be just fantastic.
Ukulele and Bonkers right there.
Yep.
That's good.
Bonkers was a game, wasn't it?
No, Conquer was the game.
Conkers.
I'm thinking of Bonkers was a generic cartoon.
Kirby.
Anyways.
Ew, nice.
Anyways. I think we'll probably see this at E3.
Yeah, I think so too.
Me and Roger are going to play it, and we'll talk about how fun it was.
There you go. Sounds good to me.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys, or listening. You can find links to follow all these people in the descriptions. Anybody want to plug anything?
Ooh, no.
Does anybody want to
no.
turn into Chibi
Oh.
Robo and plug something?
There we
think
go.
so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like, I don't know.
It's all in the description below. I think
Yeah.
everybody's heard enough of these discussions where they know this by now. Stalk
Subscribe
all
to
of
my
these
YouTube
men.
channel.
Subscribe to Roger. Leave
Yeah,
comments
there you go.
about Roger being wrong with things that he said.
Yeah, definitely. I always like reading those.
All right, guys. Thanks for chatting with me.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Always.
Of course.